So England 16, Wales 14, a classic England versus Wales match. Could have gone either way, but England sneak over the line in the end. If you're a neutral, it probably looked rubbish, but if you're an England or Wales fan, it was enthralling for sure. Heartbeats absolutely racing in that game. So welcome to this video supported by Lifting Giants. I go through the ebbs and flows of the game and pick out some of the key points. I'm sure I'm going to have some follow-ups to this game for sure. England had a good period in the first 10 minutes. Freddie Stewart in the wet. This is his sort of game, and he made some good breaks, but he does trip himself up quite a lot as well. Falls over a bit, but made some breaks. Anyway, England have a 5-metre line out straight away, and my man of the match, actually, Tommy Raffel, nearly snaffles early on, but gets a second jackal. Such a master, so quick, really showed up Underhill, I think, for speed over the ball. Silly Itoje penalty and a big chance for England early on was blown, and that's a big theme of this England team. We saw it last week, saw it this week. They just don't have enough punch. I'm going to go into it more when I talk about ratings, when I pick teams for the next game. But England get in great positions, don't have enough to get over the line. The defence, the England defence, is fascinating. We've got this Felix Jones Springboks blitz defence, and when it works, it's great, and when it doesn't, it's appalling. I don't know where I sit on it. Please let me know what you think of that defence below, because goodness me, when you get it wrong, you just let sides in. Are we good enough to do that sort of defence all the time? But the line speed is impressive. The Wales line out, shaky last week, a lot better this week. Scrum as well for Wales, good again this week. So set piece for Wales, pretty decent. But England, they camped in the Welsh half in the 22 in this first 10 minutes. Heavy carries from Roots, although around the park Roots, maybe not the quickest, not as good as game as the one against Italy. But anyway, 5-metre scrum out from an Itoje Maul turnover. Itoje again had a decent game. England need to make the pressure tell. Huge pack weight advantage, but England blow it again. They go for a big line from Slade, but that Dingwall Slade midfield, I've said it again and again, I got a bit of flack for it, but it's just so lightweight. It is not good enough. Dingwall is not an international player. I love the guy to bits. He's a great club player. No way is he an international 12. Slade needs a big bopper alongside him, but England don't have a lot of them unless they convert someone else at the moment. They need Ollie Lawrence back massively, and they knock that ball on. And Ford is a bit prone to taking the ball a bit too close to the line, forcing it a bit early on, and England lose the ball in early phases. Call me England biased here if you want, but I'm going to go through the calls of the ref that I thought were poor, and actually England got some luck towards the end as well. But to start with, we get a ridiculous yellow for me. Azarati, he's being tackled by Underhill, and the very tall Chesham is dipping low, and he just about catches Azarati's head. It's a sheer rugby incident. I don't think he could do a lot more for it. Maybe a penalty at most, but yellow card. Don't like this sort of thing. That was silly. So England are down a man after a good start. And then we get the penalty try. Wales take advantage of the yellow card and a good scrum penalty. 5-metre line out Maul. And it looks like England have it wrapped up. They have 3 men around the ball. They go over with the Maul. Are they pulling it down? I don't know, but they think they've got the Maul turnover. I think that's a bit unlucky. To give it a penalty try, definitely not, because Wales didn't have the ball. So a yellow card maybe, but anyway, a yellow card to Underhill. Really, England are under the pump here from such a promising start. And Wales are excited. Probably too excited because they're playing against 13 men, so they're desperate to run the ball. So Ewan Lloyd dithers and Itoje wins the scrum penalty. That was a huge moment. England need to tick this clock down as much as possible. Freeman has to go into the scrum, but they're still a man down. But really good skills here. Quick hook from Jamie George straight to Ben Earl. That's textbook. He powers off the base, goes through the young blindside man and through the small Lloyd and stretches over to score. Goodness me, that was a great try. Ben Earl, easily England's best player. We'll talk about selection another time, but goodness me, he's the standout by miles in that back row and in the whole pack. And it's a bit weird that George Ford gets his conversion charge down, but I think the ref got this one right. George Ford is stock still, then he moves again. Just because it's to the side is irrelevant. That's a complete waste of 2 points there from George Ford. So a very strange game. Ford made some mistakes, did some good kicking later on. So a bit torn on him. Dingwall, not a good game. Poor offside, gifts Wales a 10-metre line out. But England survive that. and some early touches for Cameron Winnett. I think he's growing into international rugby. He's still very small, but goodness me, he is so committed, good under the high ball, good kicking game. I think he might be there to stay, and a creative spark. So yeah, good stuff from him, and plenty of these Welsh youngsters will have got a lot from that game, even though they lost, taking England so close at Twickenham. Anyway, 25 minutes, Wales blow a brilliant opportunity with an early scrum engage, and they did this a couple of times, just too keen, and England survive all the yellow cards. After all of that, that was a big psychological plus. Then, on half an hour, a monster set of attacks for Wales, and Wales had some huge possession in this game, but some big tackles from England. Yes, that vicious hook defence on full display, working this time. Alex Coles turns it over. He had a good game coming on and off the pitch a bit. He's pressing for a start because Chesham does some good stuff, but also makes some mistakes, isn't as big as Coles. Would like to see Coles have a start at some point. Daly kicks 80 metres to clear. Elliot Daly, let's quickly talk about him. Kicking, passing, spot on. Running, no, he's not got it anymore. Tackling, running, he's just not big and powerful enough, not quick enough to play the international game anymore. But, has some nice skills in this game. It's a topsy-turvy game for sure. England happy to survive that dangerous 20 minutes, not conceding any more points. And off the bench we saw Will Rowlands come on. He wants to get an edge in the line-out, so he uses Lifting Giants lifting supports, scientifically proven to improve line-out lifting. Loads of players are using them these days, really popular in amateur rugby as well. If you want to get hold of a set, then use RugbyAnalyst 10 for 10% off. George North had a good game, really brings a lot of power to that Welsh line-up, runs clean through Fraser Dingwall, shades of Montiwani from last week, but goodness me, Lloyd needs to write the prop Thomas an apology letter, because he delivers a textbook hospital pass, allowing Underhill just to slice him in half for the turnover. Lloyd making a few bad mistakes, maybe a bit of inexperience as well. On 37 minutes, Freeman gets isolated, and Wales, that bit quicker to the breakdown, go on a big period of attack, and the lumpy England forwards are being pulled about, and the gaps are there. Rafael to the fore, man with the try, 5-14, good play from Wales, definitely. Rafael having a brilliant game, upstaging the England back row at this point, apart from Ben Earl, who is the most dynamic England forward carrier. And at 42 minutes, I'm writing, they are desperate for Cunningham South. When he comes on, big impact, big changes, I think, to this England team are needed here. Just too slow. Anyway, Earl wins a turnover. England have a line-out deep in the Wales 22. They need points. It's England's best attack of the game. Daly goes, well, can I bust over Cam Winnett? No, he can't. Winnett smashes him into touch for a youngster. Brilliant play from him. Just shows kind of how Daly isn't that danger man. Freeman, Faye-Wabusu, they'd have had a chance of scoring, I'm sure, but great play from Winnett. On 46 minutes, an absolute gift to England from Wales. That one will hurt. A gimme 3 points to forward, bang in front of the post. 8-14. Yeah, Roots looking a bit off the pace, I've said. Scrums are a real mess. Front rows going down all over the place. Even though England are bigger in the scrum, heavier in the scrum, Wales are definitely holding their own there. And on 55 minutes, the blitz defence hurts England very badly. They've got numbers, spot on, but they just get it all wrong. Daly blitzing up, marking no one, Winnett flies through, and England just about scramble. But it just shows how dangerous that blitz defence can be to them as well as the opposition. And in that set, North munched Dingwall again, just making the point there. He is really making hay against that lightweight England midfield. On 60 minutes, some of their inexperience really tells. Young Archie Griffin is on. He's not a regular for his club, let alone his country. Goes early twice in the scrum, gives England a 5-metre maul. England have no punch in midfield, so they have to stick it up the jumper. Good breaks from Mitchell, as he did last game, and a very messy try, but they get it done. Here's a high pass from Ford. Daly just about gets the ball and does well to pass it on to Dingwall, who dives in the corner. Messy but vital. Ford's touchline conversion miles off. England have the momentum now. Wales trapped in their own half. Freeman free down the right. Monster forward pass, but goodness me, North is a beast and counteracts Daly clean off the ball. Such a power asset for Wales is North. Great physical content from both sides. England smacking into the carries. Wales smacking them back in the tackle. On 69 minutes, phenomenal running high ball catch from Stewart. He did a number of those in this game. Big moment. He takes the big catch. And then a really clever 50-22 because nothing is on for England. George Ford over the head of the cover. Brilliant moment. So they get the line out. And off that, England looked to be in out wide, and Mason Grady, a deliberate knock-on, yellow card, penalty try, which close but called no, but England go ahead 16-14. Classic England-Wales, so close, cagey, mistakes, but Ford's kicking is coming to the fore. Stewart's high ball is a real weapon in these conditions, and England's big carries are making inroads. They're making some big inroads in attack with a few minutes to go, but it goes to Dingwall. Just doesn't have the pace or power, I'm afraid. I'm not picking on him, I'm just saying what I see. Tommy Rafael straight there for the turnover, and Wales could nick it right at the end. And a big defensive set on halfway, attack v defence, Wales throwing themselves into attack. Who wins? It's the English defence who pushes them back out of penalty range. Chandler Cunningham South, an absolute beast in contact. What an impact he had. But England nearly blow it right at the end, and I think we're lucky, maybe making up for their poor luck at the beginning of the game. Ford just goes underneath Dyer in the air, no need to do it whatsoever, but he gets away with it. So what do you make of that game? It's really hard to tell. England get it done in the end, but very shaky in places. Wales, we know personnel-wise this isn't a classic Welsh team, but what a great performance in guts, in heart. Rafael all over the place. They nearly got it done at Twickenham. That would have been amazing. I'd love to know your thoughts on it, and I'll catch you next time.